We'll talk real briefly here about a stem plot, and this is just one of the ways to show quantitative data. So a stem plot, this only works if we're going to the same value / digit of precision, and typically we do it for whole numbers. So usually stem plots are going to be for counting something. So an age, or how many people, actually age is probably the most common, or like heights rounded to whole numbers, things like that. The way that we make a stem plot is to separate each observation into a leaf, because sometimes these are called stem and leaf, and a stem. So the leaf is the final digit, whatever the final digit is to the right, and then the stem is everything else off to the left. Then what we do is list the stems in a vertical column. If there are any holes, so like if you have a bunch of numbers like 10, 11, 15, 15, 16, 16, 16, 17, 18, 18, 20, then my, this would actually be a really bad stem and leaf plot. I'm not sure why I'm doing it this way, but we'll add another digit. So sorry, give me a second to rethink this. Okay, yeah, we could do it based on tens. So this is the tens place, and then we'll have 1, and then we'll have 2. If we also had, say, 46, then we'd also want to list 3 and 4. So we list our stems in the vertical column. We leave the last, the leaf off, and then we list all of our stems. This could also extend up, say, to 115, in which case I'd keep going until I get to writing 11 here. Then add a leaf for each observation on the relevant stem. So for example, for the 10, I put a 0. I list the leaf for that. Then I've got a leaf of 1. Then I've got 2 leaves of 5. So I do 5, 5. Then I've got 3 16s, so I do 3 6s. Then I've got 1 7, 2 8s. When I come up to 20, I have this. For 46, I have that. And then for 115, I'd have that. So this is a stem and leaf plot, or a stem plot. It's kind of a weird one. It's not the most useful or practical, especially in a day and age with computers, but it is really useful for quickly getting the rough idea of the distribution of the data. Because you can see how I did that quickly, and I did it by hand, and I didn't have to graph anything. But if we go back, we can see, oh, there's a lot of stuff in the tens, and then there's not much else. Or, maybe there was a lot in the 21s too, so I'd have something like this. Then we'd say, oh, all of our data is really low, and there's a few that are way up high. That's where this is useful, because it's sort of like a really, really quick bar chart or histogram. And this is mainly used for smaller data sets. Just because you can imagine this gets really impractical if you have 1,000 numbers. Writing down all that stuff, it gets impractical. So that's a stem and leaf plot. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'm happy to answer them.